This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2079. The 5 Biggest Millionaire Regrets, Part 2, by ESI of ESI Money.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Now, today's post is a continuation from yesterday. So if you're new here, I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. But if you're all caught up, let's hear Part 2 and continue optimizing your life. The 5 Biggest Millionaire Regrets, Part 2, by ESI of ESI Money.com. Number 3, missing out on real estate investing. Since we've covered earn and save so far, why not round out the group and talk about investing regrets? Does anyone else find it interesting that the top 3 areas where millionaires have the most regrets are the 3 basic tenets of this site? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, here are a couple top investing regrets. Millionaire number 44. Quote, post-undergrad, I wish I had taken a harder look at real estate investing as an income source earlier in my career. I always thought I didn't want the hassle, but when I looked at it in terms of financial independence, I realized I would gladly trade a couple hours a month for the cash flow stability over time, as well as the ability to leave my full-time career if I so choose. Post-MBA, I regret not getting into the housing market in San Francisco. I could have purchased something to live in back in 2010 when I moved here. Really, it just means I missed out on a great leveraged bet over the past 8 years. In general, I've always shied away from debt that would dramatically eat into my ability to save in the near term, even when doing a deal might be the long-term way to maximize my net worth, end quote. And millionaire number 45. Quote, if I had the time or interest, I would have pursued the acquisition of real estate. I would only recommend that to those of you with the time and interest to learn everything you can about it, due to the obvious risks involved. I do recognize it, however, as an excellent method for wealth accumulation, end quote. Ah yes, I follow the pack and have some regrets here as well. Namely, I wish I started investing in real estate earlier. If I had tried the 1 house per year for 20 years method, I think I could have done quite well. Even when I did start investing in real estate, I held on to my desired return too tightly and thus missed out on a ton of great properties. Today, those units would be churning off cash like crazy. And before I knew all of this, I missed out on house hacking. If nothing else, this would have saved me a boatload of money early in my life, which then could have been saved and invested for a long, long time. Anyone else have any real estate investing regrets? Number 4, not getting an early financial education. We now enter into 2 more general topics. In this one, millionaires regret not knowing more about managing personal finances earlier in their lives. This might be a surprise to some. After all, if millionaires didn't understand managing money early in life, who would? I'll let them share their regrets in their own words. Millionaire number 47. Quote, I would have studied personal finance more and not hired a financial advisor, end quote. Millionaire number 48. Quote, I also wish I would have read The Millionaire Next Door earlier and John Bogle's writings. I think I could have skipped a lot of fruitless study of market timing and stock trading that never panned out anyway, end quote. And millionaire number 42. Quote, ask more questions. Skip the snooty wealth management people and go with low-key people you can trust who want to explain things, are a fiduciary, and charge a flat fee, not a percentage of assets, end quote. I was lucky in this area. I started coaching people on finances at my church soon after we were married. I read The Millionaire Next Door soon after that. The combination of these 2 got me started on the right path, though it took years to get all my kinks worked out. Anyone else wish they knew more sooner? And number 5, various personal regrets. Finally, we come to more of a catch-all category, most of which only have a slight relationship with money. Millionaire number 39. Quote, this is a difficult one, but my work-life balance in my 30s is one of the reasons my first marriage didn't work out. I can't turn back the clock to see if I wouldn't have put work first, what difference it would have made on my personal life or net worth. But if I could change anything, it would be to enjoy life more then. I'm making up for it now though. End quote. Millionaire number 60. Quote, I would definitely have tried out for the track team in high school. After that, I'm happy with all my career and personal life decisions. I see failure as an opportunity to learn so that next time maybe I can succeed. So I would keep all the failures. End quote. And millionaire number 43. Quote, my wife and I often have said that one do-over would be that we would have had one more child. That obviously has nothing to do with money, but that is one thing we've said to each other. End quote. I have several thoughts here. I had a long stretch where my work-life balance was not in balance. I had too many hours at work and it was tough on me and my wife. Thankfully, I eventually got a job that paid me well and only required a 9-to-5 commitment. I was blessed to find it. I agree that failure is a chance to learn. Unfortunately, I repeated some mistakes more than once, so I wasn't always the fastest learner in the pack. And I too would have liked to have had more kids, one at least, but maybe two. Our 2 kids are great, and I simply wish I had more like them. At some time, I'll probably do a My Biggest Life Regrets post, or perhaps include them in a retirement update. So for now, I'll leave it at this. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled The 5 Biggest Millionaire Regrets by ESI of ESImoney.com. I'd love to comment on the first set of regrets in this post. Investing in real estate tends to be a fast track to financial independence, but it does come with more work and risks than passively investing in low-fee total market index funds. Investing in the stock market has a much lower barrier to entry, and so if you're just getting started with investing, I would encourage you to start here. Contribute to your tax-advantaged retirement vehicles and get comfortable with investing consistently and paying yourself first. Build up your cash position and make a dent in your retirement savings, and then look to more advanced forms of investing. Again, this is my personal opinion. Many people don't do it this way, but I consider real estate investing as a more advanced type of investment. I know quite a bit about money management and investing, and I consider real estate investing beyond the scope of my comfort level right now. As I get more comfortable with different ways to invest, I may reconsider, but right now my investing strategy consists of passively investing in the stock market and actively investing in my own business. If you're going to start investing in real estate, I think it helps to have a really strong cash position, as you're bound to make some incorrect assumptions when you're evaluating an investment property. If you play the numbers too close, when the unexpected inevitably occurs, you may not have the funds to navigate it well. Most people investing in real estate do it on leverage, or in other words, they're taking on debt or mortgages to buy investment properties. This adds a level of complexity because you need to ensure that your rental income covers the cost of the mortgage, property taxes, and insurance, plus maintenance and vacancies. If you're a new, inexperienced real estate investor, there's a strong likelihood that these costs could be higher than your estimates. So a strong cash position can certainly help in this situation. Then your incorrect assumptions become a learning experience rather than a disaster. And that's another episode of Optimal Finance Daily in the books. Thank you for your support and for listening every day. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.